Finger gunning. I am doing the finger guns. See, all right, so it's going.
We're live.
Great. I have a little bit of an echo, but
Streaming button. God damn it. Okay, it shut off for a second. It'll be back. Fuck.
So we're not live.
We were. Okay, no, we're still good. We're still good.
All right.
Are we sure? Should I leave this in?
Yeah, leave it all in, warts and all.
Even with, should I leave it in with?
What is happening?
Yeah, leave that in. Yeah, that's great.
That's a
Maybe
great
this
sound clip.
Now that I have my own computer, maybe this is the time I get the drops going, guys.
Yeah.
That we finally get our shit together and get some drops going.
I don't know about us ever getting our shit together. I think that's a little ambitious.
Oh goodness.
For 3 years, why would it start now?
David. Well, welcome to Scotch Sporting, everybody. 3 years in.
Could you say something in a French accent?
I cannot really hear what Jeremy Roenick says.
This is some of my drops, guys.
Amazing.
So get ready for more of that hilarity.
It's gonna be so good.
Did you say that again?
I don't think so. I think it was like that.
No, well, that's not a fun drop. Anyways, well, hey guys, I'm cutting most of that. Welcome to Scotch Sporting. I feel like this is a week of misfortune.
Yes.
But other people's misfortune is a comedy whiskey-based podcast's fortune.
Yes, exactly. We will bask in their misfortune.
Exactly. Troy Tulowitzki's obviously predictable injury results in our hopefully more clicks and downloads.
Did you nobody really commented on my Pikachu meme in the Discord chat today? I really was hoping that you guys would be like, "Oh, that's a fitting meme."
It was a fitting meme.
Good.
Fake Shocked Pikachu is one of my favorites.
I should have put it on Twitter.
You could have also gone with Shocked Patrick.
Yep.
From SpongeBob.
Yep. I think Shocked. I like Surprise Pikachu best.
Yeah.
I use Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
the hands on his face one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll let it go.
For those that didn't hear the news and for somehow couldn't predict it, George Tulowitzki made it to 5 games. 5 games with the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Before, not only is he injured, I heard he got rushed to the hospital. It was a carted off the field. And it turns out it's just a calf strain, but in Tulowitzki land, that could be years.
Yeah, he could be out the rest of... This could be the end of his career.
Yeah, so I just want to go back to our previous podcast a couple weeks ago during spring training when the very first game, Tulowitzki hit a home run off Marcus Stroman in the first spring training game and gloated mightily.
Yeah, didn't he? He fucking stared him down hard.
And then he gave that press conference after saying, some teams didn't believe I could play and was really trashing the Blue Jays. And I believe we all said, huh.
That's exactly what we said.
He made it 5 games before getting hurt.
That's not good.
Well, that's 5 more than he played last year.
That's true. So, Rockies and Blue Jays fans out there are going, ugh, no. Told you.
No surprises here. That's what we're saying.
No. So yeah, I did want to. So I was texting my dad because I might have mentioned it when the home run happened. My mom declared Tulo was her guy this year. So obviously, I texted my dad immediately, and his response was Schadenfreude, however you pronounce it, of and I think it's just the heavens way of saying maybe you should hang up your cleats.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Yeah, he should. It's over. Hang him
And I
up.
feel-
Does he still get paid if he retires, or does he have to still be on some sort of injured list to continue getting paychecks?
Sounds like something someone should research on the fly.
Mark.
If only our producer was on. We don't have one. But it came up with my parents and we were talking about Dalton Pompey. Didn't talk about this last week, or we did very briefly. Dalton Pompey is on the injured reserve concussion protocol because bats fell out of a locker and hit him on the head. How many things have to happen to this guy before he takes the hint from the universe? You probably shouldn't be playing baseball.
Right.
Like, he got hurt in the most Dalton Pompey Blue Jay way he possibly could. There was, even when you take the field and injuries that can occur from your position out of the equation, he still found a way to hurt himself. Is that not heavens and fate and whatever you believe in telling you, dude.
Just dude.
Okay, so they do forfeit the rest of their monies in the contract that they retire. So
Okay, so he's not going. He's not going anywhere.
he's gonna milk that injured list for days, months.
Right.
Oh, why wouldn't you?
Oh.
Like, if I'm already injured, I'm like, why am I? If benching is a different story, but if I'm injured, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Especially when he's getting, what, 38 million, I think it was? I can't remember how much was left on that contract.
Boy. Well, guys, we're talking about this because baseball started. Hooray. Opening day has come and gone. I didn't go to opening day. I went to the day after opening day.
Okay.
Had a great time.
They won that game, correct?
They did win that game.
Okay.
It's been up and down, which I think is what Mark and I kind of predicted last week, that they'd be okay. Better than expected. Like, I expect them to start the season 0-5.
Right.
And they did. But I just
expect them to start 0-5. I mean, it's Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles.
You and I were the optimists, Mark.
I was the optimist in the fact that these kids get playing time, not on the record. I listened back in the podcast, and when I listened back to it, I didn't hear, but Tyler agreed with me in the background.
Did you listen back just to prove us wrong about something?
Obviously.
Okay.
The only reason to listen back.
What was that? Have we gotten to it yet?
What, me agree with you about the record?
Why did you listen back? Just to prove this?
No, well, I always listen to it on a Saturday because when I drive into work Saturday morning, there's nothing on the radio.
Hey, that's a great tagline for us. Listen to Scotch Sporting when there's nothing on the radio.
When there's nothing else.
Has like CBS Sports Radio, and then TSN has some other show. Like, it's not like the actual stations; they're just playing other radio station shows,
like taking syndicated shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
When actual stations don't have content, turn to Scotch Sporting.
Mm-hmm.
We will be your content.
We will be your better content. So I went to the second day to opening day, and like 5 people there, so it was a bit sad. But I will report back that the food is slightly better. At least the food I had. There's a pop-up canteen area, and it was tacos when I was there. So you could get a burrito, like a rice bowl, or on like nachos. Okay. And it was the usual. Sorry, porchetta's gone, friend. Porchetta died.
That's what I'm saying. How can it be better when there's no porchetta or wings? I used to get a bucket of wings when I was at the game.
The porchetta, though, you had to weigh it against the lady making it. Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
It was.
No. The disdain that she had for her job, and knowing she was not putting any effort into making her sandwich.
Is she still there?
I didn't see her, so she could have potentially retired. I did also want to report back on the beer situation, because I know last week when we talked about, like, let's all come up with something nice about the season, Tyler was like, "Oh, beer." That's just my Tyler voice. He doesn't actually sound like that. So Tyler's like, "I'm looking forward to beer. Cheap beer." So getting some echo. First of all, it is $5 beer. which sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand back here. But it is for like regular cans of beer. Like a regular pop bottle or pop can size of beer, the 355 milliliters or whatever the standard is, for $5. So, Mark, I look to you as the only Asian on the podcast to quickly do math.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm like, where are we going with this?
Yeah, I'm not a drinker, so this doesn't apply to me.
You are. How much would this take you to get red-faced? How many of these beers?
Not even, like,
Right.
maybe half the can.
So, first of all, it is $5 for a small can. Second of all, huge line because it's $5. Third of all, it's only Bud Light. So I had to walk past the Mill Street bar, which serves Mill Street on draft, if I wanted to get to these cans of Bud and Bud Light. So it's 350 milliliters for $5. I did go back and get the Mill Street, which was, I believe, $14 with tax. For a pint, it might have been $11.
What?
And if we could do the per milliliter breakdown, is it actually any cheaper to stand in the long line? $1.
Now, how many milliliters in a pint?
Variables, quality of beer.
Well, okay, so the two variables are A, quality of beer. The other variable to this, in my opinion, is it might not work out to be any cost difference, but it's the fact that I don't have to spend $12 to get a beer. There is an option to only spend $5. You know, to me, it's like a small, medium, or large French fries. There might be no cost difference, you know, per fry, dollar to fry ratio.
Right.
But the option to not get a large fry is perhaps the appeal to this $5 beer.
Well, apparently, there's only 473 milliliters on a pint.
Okay.
$5 beer is the better buy.
By how much?
I'll
What
tell you.
is the per milliliter breakdown of the cost? Because I did this with wine. This was like this might have been podcast 1, because it was before the Dome raised their wine prices. And I got a 6-ounce glass of wine for like $10. But I did a calculation of the booze content of wine, which is 14% versus the 4% of Budweiser. So whilst I got more volume of alcohol with my beer, I got a higher concentration of liquor, like of the alcohol, with the wine.
This is the
So-
perfect like Scotch Sporting formula. Like this
So
is
I'm-
what we worry about is our dollar to alcohol ratio.
And
Okay,
so I done that. So they've raised the price of wine, and now it is beer that is the better deal over wine. But at the time, I did that math, and I did like this 3-way calculation that said if your desire is alcohol content, wine was the way to go. Break it down for us, Mark, with the can versus the pint.
Break
so
it
the
down.
pint, if you say it's $14
Mm-hmm.
for every
Let's
dollar.
say 12 because I don't think it was 14.
Okay, run down to 12. All right. So for every dollar, you're getting 39 millimeters of alcohol. Now for the beer can, you're getting 70.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
almost
divided
double.
by- yeah.
Okay.
So there it is. Your
So
official
stand in line.
your official Scotch Sporting tip is
Is
to
it-
stand in line and save money and get double the beer.
I mean, off the hop, you buy 2 cans of beer. That's about 700 milliliters, and it's $10. Still cheaper than the $12 pint.
So here's what we can factor in. So Dave did not get beer, but Dave went to the value zone to get an ice cream. Dave got a $3 ice cream cone, but Dave was gone for easily
6 innings.
It was at least 1.5. It could have been 2. So you need to factor in the cost of what you paid for the ticket
And the time spent.
and a time spent in line.
This is like getting more complicated. We have to do this off air so we can like actually have a
Well,
formal formula.
Yeah, no, this has to happen. We have to
It
do
will. We will discuss this off air.
No. We have to go to a game and math it all out. Time spent, this and that, what our time's worth,
That's what I'm saying.
all
So
of this.
will be done off air. Yeah, we
I
need to
think
decide on
each
what
person-
variables we need to use.
Each person
got-
gets assigned something. I will take the bullet and do wine for us.
Oh,
Okay, put a
Chris,
shot.
if
you. For
If you
you.
do beer,
I'll do the beer, sure.
maybe we'll do Tyler do value beer, and then Mark can do ice cream.
I want porchetta.
Okay, Dave. Mark, there is no
There's-
porchetta there.
It's gone, Mark. Get over it.
It's gone. However, so while we were nerding it up last night, Dave and friend of the podcast, Adam Rothman, and their other buddy, Tom, went to the game. The Porchetta and Co. is like a 10-minute walk from the Dome.
Oh.
The actual better Porchetta store that you can then bring with you.
You just bring it in, yeah.
Porchetta problem solved. I love it.
Yes, so they BYOP'd. So we will beautiful mind this for you loyal Scotch Sporting listeners. And we will tell you what is the best value.
Sounds like a Scotch Sporting Day Part 2.
It does. It really does.
Now, are we going to be concerned at all, as Dave discussed, with the X factor of quality of beer?
See, because I don't hate Budweiser all that much. Like it's.
I don't hate it. I'm not a huge beer drinker, so when I do, did you just call me cheap? Oh, Chris. So when I'm not, when I am drinking beer, I do go for flavor.
Right.
So I find Mill Street, if I'm going to spend, my calories and beautiful bloated tummy that occurs afterwards, I'm going to,
all those carbs.
So if we're not worried about it, though, so if we want to do a true, on Mythbusters when they always did the control?
Yeah.
If we want to do a control, should we include variables such as Goose Island, like better beer, or Mill Street?
Yeah,
Do we have a beer expert? I mean, Chris, you drink a lot of beer. I assume you know your beer.
I wouldn't call myself an aficionado.
Or connoisseur.
Yeah, I know. I know what's good beer and what's bad beer, but
that's better than me.
I'm really not that picky. That's the problem. Is if there's a Bud, I'll have a Bud.
I guess to put myself in beer shoes, I would pay for a better beer. I'd pay $8 more.
Right.
But so the wine at the Dome, as of last I checked, is Barefoot wine, which is okay.
Yeah.
And it's like $14 a glass. It's ridiculous.
You said Barefoot?
Yeah.
Like BARE or BEAR?
BARE.
Okay. Because I just wasn't sure what I should be picturing.
What am I picturing on the label?
Yeah.
So, Mark, remember when you and I went and we got free samples?
Yes, we did.
And you didn't have it. So I got extra wine. It was a great day. So they have Barefoot wine. It's like, let's say $12 to $14. It's really expensive now for what you get. If there was an option to pay $4 or $5 more for better quality wine, I don't know if I'd do it at the Dome.
Right.
So maybe we'll take quality of beer out of it and do Budweiser to Budweiser. Because we can't quantify quality.
It's hard to quantify.
Maybe part of the name of the formula will be Bud. The Bud formula.
Because it's taste, right? Taste, like people have different tastes, so.
But I would like to include wine as the alcohol content factor of this.
Right.
Okay.
Now, if we want to bring someone else to this game, and maybe if Katie wants to come, Mr. Peanut wants to join us, there are cocktail options.
Okay.
So I don't know how complicated with this liquor math we would like to get, but I think we should really do this, guys. I think we should do
I'm in.
every option. Okay. Anyways, moving on to actual...
Since the team's going to be trash this year, we need to make it fun somehow.
We got to do something. And Lord knows we can now go for cheap.
That's right.
So let's do this. Friends of Scotch Sporting, we will report back to you. We promise.
That is a promise.
You will spend your hard-earned dollars on a liquor that you know has been tested as the best bang for your buck at the Sky Dome.
Yep.
So it was a decent game. I'm nervous that the Jays will never get pitching and hitting right at the same time.
Yeah.
as I think was an issue a couple of years ago, that when hitting was great, pitching wasn't, and when pitching was great, hitting. So the pitchers have been fairly solid, especially the starting pitchers.
Well, again, let's not read too much into it. It is the Detroit Tigers.
All right, so were you not optimistic at all, Mark, or you're just like...
No, I mean, I was a little bit surprised at how well they were pitching, but I'm not putting too much faith into it because it is the Detroit Tigers. Let's see how they do against, say, a New York Yankees stacked lineup or Boston Red Sox.
That's true. And who is the next quality, and when is the next quality opponent they have?
Actually, might be Boston. I'll have to check the schedule.
Yeah, I think it is Boston.
Okay, that'll be a decent test.
Who are 1-5, by the way. The Jays are currently better than the Boston Red Sox.
Here's the window, guys. It's open. So the surprising-ish news, but like, I don't know. I thought I'd care more than I did. Kevin Pillar got traded.
Yeah.
Before yesterday's game. Initial thoughts when you heard that news.
Oh, like, it makes sense. I'm not a big like, oh my god, I love Pillar guy, but it's just like he feels like kind of the last of the run. Yeah,
I liked him because I'm a fan of flashy defense.
Right.
I always would prefer someone that hits 250 but will save a run in the field than, someone who wants to see me sock some dingers.
I would say that 250 is a little bit of a stretch for Pillar these days.
For Kevin Pillar. Yeah, and so I was a bit of like, okay, because he isn't hitting like he used to, and that's even a stretch because how he used to hit was just okay.
Yeah.
He clearly isn't part of the rebuild, if that's what's happening.
Almost 30.
And I never really forgave him after the F word incident. If we all recall when he...
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I know, and I do kind of defend him, and I did kind of defend him at the time because I don't think he's homophobic. I think he's one of those guys that uses that word.
Yeah, and we talked about it like it's just a word that shouldn't come into your vocabulary anymore.
Yeah, it's in he probably is someone that still uses the R, the R word.
Yep.
Like it's can't.
Yeah, it's as a society we're trying to get better, and that word should not be part of society anymore.
Exactly, and it was still for me very disappointing.
Right.
So I think I became then disappointed in him.
And that's worse than being mad at him.
I'm just very disappointed in you. I think he handled it okay at the time, but I think we talked about it when it happened, but it was still like, oh, you are one of those guys. Okay. So Mark, how did you feel?
Honestly, my reaction was
meh.
No.
Meh.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
got a nice return. They got 3 young players. Really could be a potentially good arm from the Dominican League. He's still really young, 21 years old, so there's still potential.
So what do you think the not uproar, but what was that sentiment about? Just like
honestly, those are just the casual fans. They're not like the hardcore fans.
I'll tell you what it was. I'll tell you exactly what it was. Because like what I was saying, it's like this is the last resemblance of the team from 3 years ago. Like
right.
this is the last piece that was still there from those runs, and he's gone. And now it's
Stroman, Sanchez, and Smoke.
Yeah, but it's still like
the longest serving Blue Jay is now Stroman, and I still have him as a relatively recent.
Yeah, and it's just one of those it feels like that time is so long ago now because none of those players are left. So I think it's a lot of people not wanting to let go of that feeling because
yeah, absolutely.
2015, that was magic, right? And we're going to talk about a bat flip, but that Batista bat flip, that whole playoff run, that was magic.
Wait, I know I've talked about this, but my fear and my clinging to the past is I just can't do 20 years again. I can't.
It won't be 20
I
years.
don't think it will be.
Worst case, they'll expand the playoffs.
Well, and so
They
the fans that were upset, I'm sure they were. So Dave and I were at the game on last Friday, and Pilar was traded yesterday. They were behind us, decked out in Blue Jays gear, so they were clearly fans enough to own jerseys. And we're talking about, how Pilar, they knew, and they didn't know anyone in the Jays gear, and who are all these people? And so, those are the fans that were devastated.
Right.
I guess he's the name you knew.
Yeah.
I guess these people don't follow college teams at all then.
No, not
Every
at all.
year it's a new team.
I can't. I also don't follow college teams, Mark. Oh, yeah, we should talk about March Madness. Oh, boy. I always just completely forget about it as soon as I have absolutely zero chance. So here's a quick, interesting March Madness fact. Dave had all his Elite Eight, all of them. He predicted all 8.
Wow.
None of his Final 4.
Which is why I won, incredibly.
He went from 8 out of 8 to
0 out of 4. Damn.
That it was very it was very interesting that it was very high to very, very low. Well, this is kind of related. So I am a major feminist. Consider myself a major feminist. Women's rights, all that fun stuff. I really am very uncomfortable with men crying. So
Okay.
Pilar's press conference, I just can't. I couldn't watch it. It just made me so uncomfortable.
How about Gretzky's when he got traded?
See, I wasn't. If I watch it in retrospect, it's fine. But watching it live,
Wait, what's wrong with men crying?
I don't get it either. I'm just.
There's nothing
surprised.
wrong with it per se. It just makes me very uncomfortable. Well, I was raised by, and my dad.
Don't go watch a movie with me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Any Pixar film, forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
My UK sentiments. I was raised. You don't show it. You don't show emotion. You quietly nod and then you fall apart later.
Right. What in private?
Into your delicious, delicious bourbon. I wonder if Tyler's the same. Tyler, if you're listening back, text me and let me know if were you raised to show zero emotion. So yeah, that's why NCAA, when they get knocked, it just makes me very upset because it's young men crying, and I'm like, I can't help you, and I can't deal with this. It's okay. Zion. Yeah, guys. So we'll talk about this bat flip, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So Bryce Harper's return to Washington, booed mightily.
Yep.
Which is fans. I think it's fans' rights.
Absolutely.
To boo, especially
100%.
When it was that's why I defended the Islanders fans when it happened too, and they did boo him again very recently. Tavares.
It wasn't a trade. He made the choice to leave. You have every right to boo him.
Boo your little heart out. You're booing.
Especially when the Nationals offered legit money to try and keep him.
Yeah, you're booing not because you hate them. You're booing because you left us.
Right.
So I get it. Bryce Harper is a polarizing personality, and he knows it, and he likes it, and he uses it, and I appreciate that about him.
Oh, he's trying to make baseball fun.
And I like that. So I think this was after the bat flip when he went out into the field and got the crowd hyped up.
Yeah.
No, there was a section in the right field where it was all Phillies fans.
Well, I had to pause and remember, oh, right, using the home, he was trying to get the crowd fired up at an away game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's ballsy, and
Well, there were lots of Phillies fans there.
Yes.
They had that entire, section of outfield, yeah.
They're very, well, it's, they probably were Phillies fans before the Nationals got a team. Which is my other sports.
Maybe Baltimore, because it's closer.
True. Philly's pretty close. My sports philosophizing that I love is if you were in a city, and I think we've talked about this, but I just want to check in on your answers again. Mark, you are a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, correct?
Yes, last I checked.
Hamilton got a team. If this was a different world and we all had BlackBerry instead of our iPhone,
Jim Paul Silly would have done it.
would you have switched allegiances to the Hamilton Ice Panthers?
Steelhawks.
Not right away.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be like years of transition, and something has to initiate that transition. Like when I was a basketball fan, I was always a Bulls fan because I was a Jordan fan, and it took me almost 5 years to transition myself to being a Raptors fan. Just only because I'll support them because they're the local Canadian team. But then when they drafted a Tar Heel, in this case it was Vince Carter, that got my interest going because I'm a Tar Heels fan. So then that helped transition me to being a Raptors fan because that's when the Bulls were really crap, but then the Raptors were a lot better with Vince Carter.
You fucking bandwagoner.
Not bandwagoner.
Mm-hmm.
It was Carter.
You loved the Bulls with Jordan, and then you saw the Raptors were getting good, and the Bulls weren't good, and you switched allegiances.
Yeah.
It wasn't the next season after Jordan retired.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 years later.
When you realized
3 whole
there
years.
was
Yeah, there's no hope. I'm out of here.
Long time. So I get when, like me being a Bruins fan, when Toronto already has a team, is like, go fuck yourself, Leafs. But it's just if you were in a city that doesn't have a team.
Yeah, like I know if Hamilton got a hockey team, I'd still have a soft spot for the Sharks, but I would probably Hamilton whatever fan.
But now, in my defense, I've always been a fan of UNC players when they make it to the NBA, regardless of what team they go to.
Mark, you can try and defend this until the end of the podcast.
Any Duke players get drafted, I hate them, regardless. Grant Hill, probably a nice guy in real life, hate him.
He seems very nice.
Seems very nice.
Seems like a swell guy. Okay, so Bryce Harper hit a home run, flipped his bat epically. That thing, he flipped it. He didn't toss it aside.
The problem I have with it is that he didn't. He didn't hit it and then flip it by the handle. He grabbed it by the barrel. What is on my arm? He grabbed it by the barrel and flipped it, and that doesn't make any sense. Because that's taking it to the next level.
It was like a 1080-degree rotation.
Right, when you bat flip, you hit it and you're like, oh shit, that's gone, and you fucking fling it. But this was I'm gonna grab it by the barrel and then flip it. It felt a little more forced. And the other problem I have is the game was already in hand. It wasn't like he hit that. It wasn't like he hit that to take the lead, or it wasn't like a walk-off type thing. It was just, I hit a home run to add to the lead we already had.
And he had already struck out twice.
Right. So I'm not okay with it because I think it was in poor taste. I think it was him just yeah, fuck you guys. I hit a home run bat flip, not I did a good thing for my team bat flip.
Yeah, it's game 5. The game was over.
Right. And
just in case you listen to these outrageously out of order, not game 5 of any kind of playoff.
Correct.
Literally game 5
of the season. Of the 162.
And game was already over.
Maybe not over, but definitely in hand.
Fairly meaningless home run. And he bat flipped. So I do like to think he did it on purpose. Obviously, as just the same reason he went out and tried to fire up the crowd. Now, are you guys celebrators when you do good things in sports, or are you quiet? I'm doing my job. Let's just move on.
I am definitely more of a humble. I didn't score a lot of goals, but when I did, it was kind of like a.
Oh, you have 3 kids. Pow, pow, pow. Okay, leave that in. Mark, you?
It's live.
Often I actually look at the guy who, especially in floor hockey, I'll point to the guy who passed me the ball and cheer him.
Good pass, motherfucker!
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Now, I don't want to, call you wrong or anything, but we all were with you at Game of Thrones trivia last night. And when you did get something right, there were mighty whoops.
Oh, I'm a loud celebrator, yeah, regardless. But in terms of team sports, I will often go to my teammates first.
Wasn't
Right.
last night a team sport?
Quizzes,
Yeah.
sports?
Well,
Brainy competition is also, if the fucking spelling bee can be on TSN, we
Right.
can consider competitive trivia to be sports.
Now, I only whoop when they announced that our table is tied for third, and that was as a team, so I was cheering for our team.
that's right.
So those listening, we did do Game of Thrones trivia because in our other lives, we are giant nerds. And we did really well.
There were a lot of nerds in that bar last night, though.
I'm really proud of us.
Yeah, we did well.
We came in third place and we only got 4 wrong. That's how.
3 wrong.
Oh, right. Jesus.
Yeah.
And 2 of those we had right.
2 of those we should have had right had we stuck with our guns.
I am an act like you've been there before person. So that's why I didn't like the backflip. I thought it would have been more impactful if he just
Exactly.
Even, like,
if he hit it, put the bat down, trots around, perfect.
Almost do something like shitty, like very gently put it down and then trot it. Like you can kind of be cheeky with it while still, I want to act like I've done this a million times and I will continue to do this.
But at the end of the day, that's Bryce Harper. That's what he does. He
That's
just
true.
likes to push buttons.
And see, like, I'll go back to the Batista bat flip.
Yep.
Because that bat flip was 100% called for.
Absolutely.
That bat flip, like, I will defend that bat flip for the rest of that's my top 3 like Blue Jays moments of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
And that bat flip was that is the bat flip, the definition of when you fucking bat flip.
Mm-hmm.
Playoff game, take the lead. It was a rough game up to that point, and it was a team
because of that stupid ball.
Yeah,
that pass ball call.
That's right. That's right. It was the pass ball. That's right.
Pissed off. Like, what? How's that a run? How's that allowed?
Yeah.
No, I am an act like you've been there before person, but that was a just guttural.
Yeah.
But under the lens, like in hindsight of looking at it, Batista being a fairly polarizing figure also, that moment brought everyone together in Toronto.
Like, I would even say more than Toronto. Yeah.
So
that was coast to coast. We were watching that game. That wasn't just Toronto.
It was such a polarizing moment that it brought all of us onto the same side.
Yeah.
So that's what. So I do appreciate that in guys like Batista and guys like Bryce Harper, because baseball can be a little bit of a snooze fest. So I do like it when players have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I do see the Jays having fun this year. It does seem like they are hyped together.
Well, especially if you keep your expectations low, it's just going to be the kids playing. Let's see how Alfred does with the job now that Pilar's gone. Give him a full season audition to see if he can actually take over and compete at a major league level. The
joy in Rowdy Tellez's just face and cheering when he hit that home run was like, okay, I can get behind this. Like, just his absolute joy of hitting that home run to tie the game, which they inevitably lost because they will always and forever have bullpen problems.
Tay, did you look up how Rowdy got his name?
Because he was a rowdy kid, right?
Yeah. Because his parents didn't want to have a gender-based name because they didn't want to know the gender of the baby, but the baby, this was before the baby was born, so instead of calling it, they just called him Rowdy.
That's amazing.
And for a brief moment, the Blue Jays had the most Jewish roster in Major League Baseball.
He still got Rowdy, though.
Still got Rowdy. And his horrific hairline. Just fucking shave it. You're going very bald. Dave did come up with a new segment called Just Ass. So for those that follow us on @Scotch Sporting, which you should on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, you will know I like butts. And where my tickets are.
And she cannot lie.
I can't. I enjoy butts.
And the other sisters can't deny.
I love a man butt, right? Because penises are gross. So I don't want to see your wang just hanging around. But I'm very happy to look at your butt.
Okay.
I like butts. As a woman.
Penises are gross.
They are. They are. Seinfeld was not wrong. Men's bodies are Jeeps. Butts are great, though. So where I sit is in the outfield. And I get butts. So
Right.
Dave asked, with Pilar's trade and Grichuk playing center field, is this a butt grade? So a butt, is this a butt upgrade? So I know we debate looks on this podcast often because we're shallow assholes. Is this an upgrade in butts? Because I think it's an upgrade in looks.
Right.
So I know we debated when Grichuk first joined the team, is he good looking? I still don't know. The haircut and the lack of facial hair is in his favor now. Because he had that weird goatee thing and it was disgusting.
Right.
He listened to us.
Facially, he did. Hi, if Randall, you're listening to this podcast, please let us know if you consider your butt better than Kevin Pilar's.
He's gonna
So I
say
think-
yes.
I think it's a facial upgrade. I don't know if it's a butt upgrade.
Right.
Because I think Pilar has a bit more meat on him.
Right.
And I like a round butt
A round butt.
on a man.
Hmm.
I want to see a butt. Guy, do you have any input?
I can't honestly say that I've really looked hard enough to make a judgment call on this, so I'm going to defer to Mark.
Mark, you have any ideas?
I haven't seen either men's butt.
All right.
Side-by-side comparison.
Okay. If we could... Oh, hold on. If only we could turn my screen on. So let's
So you
just
can
do
screen share this?
Kevin Pilar's butt. Save search off.
Save search off. Oh, God.
We're gonna see bare ass.
Yeah.
Randall.
Get us banned from everything. Banned from YouTube,
But how-
Twitch, Facebook.
If we just see the butt, how can you confirm that is belonging to Kevin Pilar? It's not like he's like blushingly turned to the camera.
No, we're not. I'm not talking
Right.
bare butt. I'm just talking in clothes.
I'm just saying with the safe search shot, that's what you're gonna be getting.
If they're porny. Okay. So this is the best I can do. Let me just
Horny.
turn on screen share.
Gonna flip it for real.
Application window. Okay.
There it is. Okay.
Okay. So here's Randall Grichuk's butt.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. This is the best I could find.
Okay.
It's still minimized on my window here.
Looking kind of flat.
This is Kevin Pilar's butt.
I think
Well,
Superman.
They have to be in the same pose though. Like they have to be both.
Okay, how about
Hold on. That's not a good one.
here's Kevin Pilar's butt.
The side butt.
So should I?
There's gotta be standing butt shot of both, because
Okay, this is a decent standing butt shot of both of them.
I don't know, because the bright sun and the white pants kind of hide the.
But look at the curve on Pilar's. Pilar has a better curve.
My vote.
Well,
My
because
vote
it's
is. My vote is Pilar.
This is flat. That's a flat butt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
From a perspective, it's got to be the same like angle.
This is as close as I could get. We're not working.
Yeah. It's not like there's photographers out there exclusively taking butt photos.
So is it
I
2
think
to
that
1?
would be Tay's job if she had that.
I would very happily take photos of butts. So if this needs to go to jury right now,
My vote is Pilar.
we have my vote's Pilar. Mark.
Well, who's to say that Groucho could be the center fielder? Because Alfred got the start today.
Well, just what? Hold on, Anthony off. But let's just. There's probably not enough data on this.
Why are you complicating this, Mark?
Anthony.
It's what I do.
Couldn't we just leave the butt conversation alone?
How can it not?
Okay, I don't have data. I'm looking up. Second picture is a picture of Joe Biagini.
Okay.
So is his name even Anthony? Okay, let's
Why
just.
wouldn't it be?
Oh, God! I'm tainted because he is the least attractive.
Right. So it wouldn't even matter if he had a good butt.
No, it's all about the butt. Just put a bag over his head. It's all the same.
Holes is holes.
Exactly.
Put a bag over his head. It's all the same. Will be the name of this podcast.
Or be like with Marjorie when she's trying to get with Renly, and she's like, "What if I just turn around? You can just pretend I'm Loras." We've lost Chris.
Well, on that note, let's talk about the AAF. Speaking of balls.
Oh, okay. This stinks. I'll tell you who
Why?
I feel bad for.
Johnny Manziel?
No, no. But I do feel bad for the players.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Especially
these
since they
guys,
have to pay their way back home.
yeah, these guys are all out of a job, and that's it. No paychecks coming.
Yeah, and let me see if I kept it up. I might have closed it to talk about. Oh, I clearly closed it to talk about butts.
Makes sense.
So I had a tweet from Johnny Manziel that he tweeted out, "You aren't getting another paycheck, just FYI," to all the players.
Right.
That whatever you got was the last thing you will get.
Yeah. Which is bullshit.
So
But they lost what, $70 million is what the final tally was.
Cool.
I mean, people do. I saw a good one today. I can't remember who it was who wrote it, so I'm sorry for ripping it off and not crediting the person. But they said that people assuming that, or so there's this thought that people want more football after the Super Bowl, and this is like saying people want more food after eating Thanksgiving dinner because you just saw how much they liked food. And that's a really good analogy because it's like, it's not, you just had the Super Bowl. Why do I want this pared down version of?
So I get you, and I get that point. I don't know if it's that. Because if you're telling me if college ball found a way to make their season March to November, people would love it and watch it mightily. So I don't think it's necessary that I don't think it's not necessarily there isn't a demand for it. I think it's mostly the quality of the product.
Right.
So I do agree with you to some point, because I think, what if we just let's just make the NFL 12 months a year, and then everyone will I think that is also stupid. Like,
no,
hey,
there needs to be downtime. There has to be downtime.
There has to be downtime, but I think it was partially the quality of the product. Like,
I don't know. I mean, college football isn't that superior to NFL football, but millions of people still love it. But then again, that's been around for ages, right?
So I'm just saying, I think if you took that and made it so it didn't overlap with the NFL, I think more people would watch it.
But college football does overlap.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, and I just don't think that. I don't think they have to worry about losing or gaining viewership. I think college football does okay, doesn't it?
Oh, it does great. I'm just saying, like, if you took a quality product like college football,
that's what you're saying,
and
right?
made it from March to November,
right?
More people would watch it than they do now, and I think you would get fans. Like, I don't watch college ball,
right? But if it was on between March and November,
you'd all I had, maybe.
Right.
I think the only time I watched the World Juniors was during the lockout season.
So my issue is it's just hard to start fresh. Like, how do you get people to care about something that's just new? You know what I mean? Like, how do you all of it? And the problem is, and I'll tell you what XFL is going to have an issue with, because these guys with the AAF were actually smart about picking cities, because they picked like St. Louis, and they picked like I think St. Louis, right?
Yeah, San Diego.
Like, so they picked places that didn't have, or they had a couple that maybe had a team, but you got to pick places that don't have an NFL team. Places
Memphis
where,
was another one.
Right, places where people are like, oh, I could go watch football now. That makes sense to me.
Right.
XFL is all like New York, Dallas. It's like places that already have football teams. Nobody's going to give a fuck about you. XFL's dead on arrival.
So, Chris, you and I talked about this yesterday too, of, if you build it, they will come a little bit, because we were debating this and the cities that would like a team. And I said, like, people go to Oshawa Generals games.
Right.
Because that's
what's there.
That's what's there.
And as much as I love my Tiger Cats, it's all we got in Hamilton. Yeah, we got the Bulldogs, but that's it. This is what we got.
Force FC this year.
Forge FC, we're gonna get soccer.
I was in Nashville a bunch last year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the kid. Oh, it's the kid. Oh boy.
He's live on the internet. Does he know?
You're live on the internet. Say hi, internet.
Hi, internet.
Hi, kid whose name I forget. Devlin, Declan, Desmond.
The third one.
The third one.
911.
You're 911. You're calling 911? Oh no. How old are you, bud?
3.
You held up 4
You're
fingers.
3?
When's your birthday?
In April 29.
April 29. Right.
Oh my goodness, that is coming up.
On.
The headphones are on. Okay. Hold on.
Okay. Hi.
Hi, Desmond.
What are you doing?
We are talking about sports.
Oh,
Yeah, do you like sports?
yeah, but do you know the level VR kit?
They don't want to talk about the Nintendo Labo VR kit. They don't.
We could, but on a different
that.
podcast.
Want to talk
That's
about sports.
really cool. Are you good at Nintendo?
Yeah.
What is your favorite Nintendo game?
Nintendo level VR kit.
That's your
Not even out
favorite
yet, but
game?
it's his favorite.
Yep, that's my favorite.
Why is that your favorite?
The level VR.
Oh.
It's packed all the stuff.
It's packed with all the stuff? That's really cool.
They're really good at marketing to 3-year-olds.
And
I only have...
and the Toy-Con blaster and everything.
The Toy-Con Blast?
It has a blaster. Do you blaster your brother?
Have one now on Jesse's birthday.
It is coming out on your sister.
Is she gonna get one for her birthday?
Yeah, it's the level VR kit. Yeah.
Oh, she can share with you.
Yeah.
What?
All right,
Are you
say
hoping-
bye?
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Was someone playing the walk-off music?
No, we should have though.
Don't you dare. I will rip your face. I will kill you and everyone you care about if you mention anything about that.
Did I miss something?
Have you listened to this song?
Which song is it?
I can't even just
The
find
Elvis
it.
Andrews
It's already
walk-up
in my
song.
head. It's in my goddamn head already. The goddamn Baby Shark.
What's funny is he loves that song.
Oh.
Don't all kids love that song? I had no
It's-
idea the song existed.
Are you kidding?
I don't have kids.
Oh, you should hang out with a 3-year-old more often.
No kidding.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's in everyone's head right now, isn't it?
Okay,
Get it
hey,
now.
can you do me a favor? Can you come here and sing Baby Shark?
Oh,
Oh, God.
Jeebus.
Come on. Here, sing Baby Shark for Tay. She wants to hear you sing Baby Shark.
Why?
Because she likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her favorite song.
Okay.
Can you sing it? I want you to sing it.
Okay. How about you?
Okay, can you sing any song?
I think
Okay, sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
oh little star, how I want. Above was so high, a diamond in the sky. Oh, twinkle little star, how I want. Oh,
Very good.
Yay.
That's awesome. All right, kiddo. Go see Mama. Say bye.
can I sleep in my room?
Yes. Now go see Mama.
Go win.
Okay, you go win. Bye. Oh, everything's a race now, and I'm gonna win everything. Anyways, sorry.
Oh.
Let's get back to sports.
Sorry, we were talking about Baby Shark.
Do.
Christ.
It's real bad.
What were we? Oh yeah, the double HF.
No, the double AF.
Whatever. What's the double IHF? Oh, that's a hockey thing.
So
I
was
in Nashville. I was in Nashville, and I was there during the summer. And the Nashville Sounds are a huge fucking deal there.
what's Nashville Sounds? What even league is that? I don't even know.
They're the AAA baseball team of
Oh,
either
okay.
Oakland or I think it's Oakland. And people go to see the games. They're a big deal.
But AAA
Because
baseball,
there's no baseball there.
and AAA baseball is almost the show.
Right.
So you're getting guys that are getting ready to get there, or guys that just aren't good enough to get there. You know what I mean? So it's
So, and you and I had this discussion yesterday. Mark might have been ordering fries, or you were there. If you started the CFL, and you said if the CFL weren't around for 100 years, it would do the same. I don't think so, because the CFL is an entirely different product.
Now that I agree with, but like, what could we? Okay, let's do this. So instead of the CFL, we do a minor professional baseball league that's only in Canada. I know we kind of have one already, but let's say we're starting like a new baseball league that's only in Canada. No one's gonna care.
No.
Let's say
soccer.
They're starting a soccer league, and I'm gonna tell you this. Yes, Hamilton has a team, and yeah, it might not be. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care.
But MLS is doing okay.
MLS is doing fine, but it's also what the on the list of soccer leagues. Where does it land? 150th.
Whoa, you dropped it a ton.
Oh, well,
I think you said like 108th. I think you said last.
Well, okay, so maybe 108. There you go. And where's this Canada fucking soccer league? 470.
So what about the equivalent of football in the NFL, or the football in the US, is hockey in Canada.
Right.
If some pompous jackass, let's say Don Cherry, decided to say, the public wants hockey June to September, there's only 2 fucking months where there isn't, and he starts the
summer league,
the Canadian Summer Hockey, CSHL, the Canadian Summer Hockey. How would it do?
Okay, so teams in Saskatoon, Hamilton, Victoria, Lethbridge,
Laval,
yes, Quebec City.
There might be some junior league teams in those cities already, though.
Right, and there definitely are. But if you're giving me a professional product, there's a possibility of...
And that it makes such a question mark for me, too, for why this AAF didn't work, because football is the league where there isn't a minor league.
Right, and and they were going in hoping that this would be that minor league, and the NFLPA never said, yeah, we're in. Like, never once. They're just like, nah, we don't want any part of it. So...
And basketball pushed really hard, and they're still pushing to get the D-League a go, but I've heard of it more, that I know the name. Like, that's becoming a thing, and it wasn't a thing.
Right.
So maybe it's just...
But that's because they have the NBA money behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
This AAF had nothing to do with the NFL. NFL isn't backing it in any way.
So why hasn't the NFL gone?
Because they don't need to.
They don't need it. They're a billion-dollar industry.
Billion? 15
yeah.
billion last year? 15.
But couldn't they make even more?
Well, here's the
with
thing.
a small
Football
investment?
players' careers are so short by average.
I guess. But I was gonna bet, I guess that's the devil. Like, what about those players that don't quite make the NFL roster?
They don't care. They don't care because they're because to the owners, to the league, to these people, football players are a dime a dozen.
For every Kurt Warner that's bagging groceries, there's 100 million Joe Blows.
Yep.
But there's no for Joe Blow. I'm trying to think of someone who was decent, like who's a good college prospect that just didn't quite ever crack a roster.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Let's do recent Bachelor contestant Colton Underwood.
Right.
Who?
Exactly.
Right. You cracked a couple of NFL preseason practice rosters. If you don't make the big show, that's it. There's nowhere for you to go, train, practice, wait, get called up.
Canada.
Yes,
Canada.
CFL. A lot of players have gone to the CFL too.
But why doesn't the NFL make that, own that product? Okay, we're going to run a league then from, when does the NFL season start? Mid-September?
Yeah, second week after Labor Day. The weekend after Labor Day.
We're going to run a league that starts a month after and goes a month later. And when you get cut, you can come here and play. And then when we need to call someone up due to injury, it's someone who's still been playing. There you go.
Isn't that what like Dave says in the chat? That's what practice rosters are for. And he's right.
Who says that in the chat?
Dave, Shorties.
Shorties, Dave.
Cleveland Browns, super fan in the closet, but not in the closet anymore because...
Yeah, because now you can be proud to be a Browns fan.
He's in a chat?
He's in our Facebook chat.
Huh. Okay.
Well, we are live.
Great. Oh, on our Facebook chat. I thought you guys had a group chat without me.
No, this is live on Facebook on the Scotch Sporting's.
Oh, so now says he's not bandwagoner. No, you're just a closet fan.
Dave, there is enough evidence that no one would accuse you of being a bandwagoner.
We've seen him on TV, have we not?
We had at the Bills game
a couple years ago.
Browns gear, high five another Browns fan.
So don't worry. You
don't have to prove it to us.
But would there be a market for that?
No.
Instead of Sundays, you play Saturdays, and it's when the quarterbacks were all going down last year, and except Colin Kaepernick, there's a place for them to play.
It could work. And if
Saturdays
the NFL
play college football,
and that's it, Saturdays for college football, they would have to do Friday nights or something like that.
And take that stupid TSN song with them.
Exactly. But it could work, but the NFL would have to be behind it, and it would have to be the NFL running this league. That's the only way this is ever going to work. XFL is dead on arrival. I'm telling you right now. I don't care.
They're a totally different product.
I don't care that Vince McMahon is reportedly putting $500 million in to run this thing for 3 years. It's not going to work. You can't get people to care about it. You can't.
Does he even have a TV deal?
I don't know if he needs one.
Because that's where a lot of the money comes from, is TV deals.
Well, and that's the thing. The AAF had a TV deal.
It would have to be.
Sorry, I hit the Facebook.
Uh-oh. Gotta mute it.
Is it just Dave yelling at us?
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Hey, other people chat, so it's not just...
Oh, he says Fridays are high schools in the States.
That's just pervy and weird. But I guess people watch the OHL, so... I can't watch little boys play. We talked about this.
They're not little boys. They're young.
They're
young.
I'm not necessarily perving on them.
They're young men.
We had this debate of I have a problem wearing the jersey of someone that much younger than me, so I'm weird cheering for them too.
You know what? When I went to a Buffalo Leafs game, a bunch of really, really old people were wearing Matthews jerseys.
And that's bizarre.
It's not bizarre.
No. They're fans of the team.
All right.
Who are gonna get absolutely bashed in the first round by the Bruins, by the way.
Yeah, guys, let's save our hockey talk for next week. I will be in Las Vegas, so I will be in neutral territory. Thank Jesus.
Because neutral territory will be the Sharks and the Knights in the first round.
No, but no one will give a shit about me wearing my Bruins jersey around.
Could you wear a Sharks jersey for me? I'll give you one to wear while you're there.
Oh.
Yes, I will.
No, isn't Las Vegas open carry?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Nobody cares that much to shoot you about a Sharks jersey in Vegas.
I don't know.
It's only been 3 seasons or 2 seasons. Wait, is this their second or their third season?
This is their second season.
Okay.
Come on.
Very briefly, because next week will be our hockey podcast, our NHL playoff picture. Chris, I've been to Vegas since they've had the team twice. This will be my 3rd time back since they had a team. People are already insane.
Really?
The back of every single car that had a Nevada license plate also had a Golden Knights bumper sticker.
They're going to go nuts when the Raiders get there, eh?
People had the flag, the flag sticking out of the people and wearing jerseys around town.
They're going to go nuts when the Raiders get there.
Oh, yeah. They have
They're going to demand that Gruden gets fired.
They have embraced the team like I haven't seen. Yeah, so very quickly, just before we wrap up, Chris, can you give us a brief update on is John Gruden gone yet?
No. Sadly, Gruden is not gone yet. He still has 8 years, 41 weeks, 0 days, 15 hours, 16 minutes left on his contract. Still owed $87.6 million.
That's gonna be...
And since I've loaded the page, he has made $8.
Damn.
That's a great prediction that we can touch on maybe when we kick off the NFL season. When they finally make it to Vegas, how long till they drive him out of town?
I don't know, man.
If they come in like winning right away, that saves his ass.
Yeah.
Just like the Knights did last year.
Guys, any other sports news you want to talk about?
The Raptors might be playing the Pistons in the first round, which is hilarious because they haven't beaten them all year.
Are you kidding?
0-3.
Whoa. Damn. That's
but
bad.
that race for the last 3 spots, like 4 teams are separated by like 1.5 games. It's absolutely nuts.
Cool. We will also be doing basketball playoffs because I always forget they start at the same time. Guys, thanks for listening at Scotch Sporting from Facebook. We go live now, so you can watch us and then listen to us. Please keep your downloads turned on, even if you watch us live. You can delete it right away to just be super swell if you kept it going. And we'll just leave on Dave belching as he comes up the stairs. So, good night, everybody.